Hello, ladies. Hello. We want to learn what to do when the scale won't move. And we talked about the lie that's holding us back, the mindset that we are, hit a certain weight and then we're stuck there. And I talked to you yesterday about when that happened to me. I stayed at about 200 pounds for the longest time, and I had to really fight the idea that this was just the set point, since that was most of my life weight, that was just where I was meant to be. And good news is that was a lie. And when I was able to work around that lie in my mind and learn what to do, which today, like I said, we're going to talk about some solutions, I was able to move past that. We also talked about my client who was a younger woman who always could get to a certain point and then just accepted that this is how God made her. We talked about my client who is in menopause and who has just accepted that when you are in that season of life, you can't lose a certain weight. And so again, this weight set point, that was the lie. And so watch part 1 if you haven't watched it. And today we want to talk about the solution. And we want to remind you that you're not destined to be stuck and the scale can move. What happens when we believe certain lies is they become truth in our minds, and then they become limiting beliefs. And so if you really believe that you can't get below a certain weight, you need to really start. Part 1 of our solution is by reversing that lie and speaking truth. And so this is what we call transforming your mind and renewing your mind. And so this is a faith-based weight loss group. And so we want to transform our minds with God's word. And one of my favorite verses is Romans 12:2, where it says to us, literally, just be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so are you ready for your mind to be renewed? If so, say renew in the comments. Give me a renew. Give me a thumbs up. So much of our weight loss struggles are in our minds, how we perceive ourselves, what lies we believe that become truths. And so we need to renew our minds. Anybody here want to renew their minds? I want to see that in the comments. I want to see renew. If you're watching this on replay, go ahead and also put your comments on renew. And yes, thank you, Teresa. And all caps, you're in, Teresa. You're my hero. I love it. One of our members posted in the group yesterday, don't expect to make uphill progress until you are ready to let go of a downhill mindset. Bingo. You can't make uphill progress until you let go, and letting it go requires renew. Thank you, Debbie. Heidi, yes. Renewing our mind. And so if you believe the lie that you can't get below a certain weight, you got to work on renewing your minds, debunking that lie, and really speaking truth into your mind that is a lie. So that is number 1. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about number 2, but stop looking for quick fix solutions. Stop jumping to the next quick fix solution or fad diet that you hear about. So many times, if the scale is stuck at a certain number for more than 3 days, we think something isn't working. That's also a lie. You need to stop jumping around, shopping around, and looking for the next solution. When I talk to clients and story after story, where I ask them, what have you tried? This is a question I ask. What have you tried before? And inevitably, the list is long. I've tried Weight Watchers. I've tried keto. I've tried Optavia. I've tried, this Shakeology. I've tried Fit Mama. I've tried, the list goes on. And literally, how long have you been struggling with this problem? Sometimes it's all their life, but sometimes it's just a couple years, and they've been through a list of fad, quick fix solutions. And then the worst part is I ask them, how well has that worked for you? And it's not worked well. That's why they're usually talking to me, because they've realized that these quick fix solutions, these popular fad trends, are not helpful in getting them results. Now, let me be clear. Sometimes you try a fad solution and it works the first time. So when you start to put on the weight again, because that's part of the problem with fad diets and quick fix solutions, you might get the results quickly, but when you lose the results, when you get off of these quick fix solutions, you gain the weight in a vengeance. And so the problem is sometimes each time we try the same approach, it works less effectively. And so we really need to be aware of that, okay? We can't keep doing these quick fix solutions. Additionally, if you think that the scale being stuck for 3 days means you should try something new, you're going to end up in a worse situation because you're changing what you're doing so quickly. Your body is not developing the rhythms that it needs to get the change that it needs. And remember, anytime you're moving from a certain weight to the next, you might hover at a certain weight for a while before you see the scale drop. And that's okay. That's part of healthy weight loss. Is not a quick, fast weight loss. It's a slow, steady weight loss. And so you might get to that 200. You might stay there for 2 months. And that's okay. Don't let the number on the scale rule your mind. Let your habits and your choices dictate you. Let your mindset be renewed. And then you're going to slowly start seeing that scale hover in the 190s and then nearing the 190. And then you're going to stay there for a while and then you're going to drop. And so don't look for a quick fix solution. And like I said, phone call after phone call with clients, that's what they're doing. Have you done that? Are you finding that just because the scale is stuck for a day or 2 or 3, and I'm exaggerating, maybe it's a week, maybe it's 10 days and you don't see movement, and you quickly jump to the conclusion that you're doing something wrong and you need to change what you're doing. I'm here to remind you that that might be working against you, and I would encourage you to persevere in your choices. I know, Heidi, yesterday you said that you're making some changes, but the results aren't quite there. Don't give up, persevere, because sometimes your body just needs a little bit more time. So if you can relate to this, give me some, say relate in the comment or put quick fix, give me some thumbs up. So the first solution to what to do when the scale is stuck is transform your mind. Work on your mind. Dig in deep. What is holding you back in your mind? And what is the lie that is becoming truth that you need to debunk? The second solution is to stop looking for quick fix solutions and to stop looking for fads and to really start relying on healthy habits that are proven and true. And then the third solution that I want you to think about is managing stress in your life. We can't remove stress in our life, but we can work on developing stress management strategies. That can include meditation, prayer, journaling, accountability, community, movement and exercise, deep breathing, some stretching, flow type exercise. Lots of ways to manage stress. We talk about a lot of that in the program that I do with my clients. A big part of weight loss and being stuck, you can be doing all the right things in the kitchen and in your movement, and the scale can be stuck because your stress is not managed. And we live in a state of chronic stress in this time of life that we're in. And so don't get hung up on getting tested for elevated cortisol. The fact is, if you're feeling stressed and your life seems stressful, likely you are. And so our goal is not to eliminate stress, but to find ways to cope with stress. Okay, and so how are you managing stress? Because you need to figure that out. I am working with a client who was doing the food and the exercise perfect, and she still wasn't losing weight. And so I said to her, lean in a little on your mindset. First, she was really struggling with the mindset of the menopause phase of life. Like, she really didn't believe she could lose the weight. She started the program telling me this. And so I expected that. And so she was frustrated 4 weeks into the program when the weight loss was very slow. And I really sensed it wasn't because I saw her eating and exercise habits, and they were really much better than most people, but her mindset was stuck. And so we spent some time diving into her mindset, and really I asked her to envision herself below this weight and to really start believing that she could get there. And believe me, all of this used to be foreign to me. Like, this is a whole bunch of nonsense. It isn't. This client needed to picture herself below this weight. That was one part of getting her to be unstuck. And the second one was to manage her stress. Okay, and that involved journaling. It involved reflecting. It involved coming up with strategies, which for this client, belly breathing was huge in helping her manage stress. And guess what? She has been steadily losing weight, and mostly in terms of body fat. And she is so excited. She has not seen these numbers since so many years. And this client did not have a ton to lose, but she was so stuck, and that's why she came to me. And so those are your 3 solutions. I want to see you guys give me some comments. Is it your mindset that needs to change? Is it you're constantly changing what you're doing? Quick fixes, you're just looking for the next fad or quick fix? Or is it managing stress? Which one of those 3 do you need to focus on? Because those 3, if your mindset is not where it needs to be, if you are constantly changing what you're doing and looking for quick fixes and fads, and if you are not factoring in the stress management and the elevated stress and presuming all 3 of these don't affect the scale moving, then you are definitely not getting a comprehensive look at your weight loss. Your weight loss is way more than exercise. It's way more than nutrition. And you need to be able to make those changes. Like I quoted, you don't expect to make uphill progress until you are ready to let go of a downhill mindset. We got to make change. Teresa said stress. Yes, that's huge, Teresa. And you've, knowing what I know about you so far, I would understand that that's an area you need to lean in a little more. Anyone else? Give me some, what is it? Mindset? Is it changing what you're doing all the time, looking for a quick fix, or stress management? Any of those resonate with you? Yes, Heidi, thank you for sharing. Heidi said mindset, thinking I will always be big and it's my fault from past habits. Bingo, Debbie, that is spot on. And that mindset is going to hold you back. So you got to lean into that mindset and really envision yourself not big, and renew your mind and believe the truth that God is going to help you change and that the past is not held against you. Debbie said mindset as well. My body needs to develop the rhythms. Yes, it needs. I love it. You guys are catching right on. Exactly. We can't keep throwing ourselves into more spinning tornado. We need rhythms. So you guys are totally getting it. Anyone else watching, I'd love to hear which of the 3 solutions are for you. And so again, if the scale is stuck, dig in, lean into those 3 options and figure out. Don't just change what you're doing because it's been stuck for a week or 2. Remember, trust the habits you have developed. Now, I should also say, if you think you're doing everything right and you're totally stuck, I would encourage you to reach out for help. I've told you that I am going to reach out to you. I'm going to reach out to everyone who is been involved in this event, and I watch for my message in your messenger. I want to know how you're doing. I want to check in, and it will be your chance to connect with me and ask me questions. Get free help or find out more about more help that I can give you if you feel this is something that would benefit you. But I want to encourage you. So hopefully this training of moving the scale from being stuck to unstuck, the lie is that you're not stuck. You don't have to be stuck. It just might look a little differently. And today the solution. And so look for my message. I love your comments, guys. Those of you that are on, I'd love for you to reach out with questions. Give me some thumbs up, some hearts if this is something that makes sense, if it's helpful to you. And let's keep moving forward. You know, perseverance is key in our weight loss journey. It is not something we do for a season. It is something we do for life, is our wellness. And so don't just like see it as a chore, as a task. See it as a lifelong relationship, and stick to it and realize God has a plan for you. He loves you regardless, but the healthier you are, the more equipped you're going to be to give him your all. And so again, I want to close by reminding you to learn to love the life God called you to and live it well. I hope this 2-part training has been helpful, and hope you can think about the lie, debunk it, and then embrace the 3 solutions I talked about today, and look for my message in your inbox. I've enjoyed being with you. I'll be back live Friday for our weekly training. In the meantime, have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I'll catch you later, okay? Have a great day, guys. Bye.